Hello, folks. Welcome to the Habitability in the Universe starring Dane, Nikzad, Urvie, Patel, Thomas Mclean. Can you guess the planet and or moon that is our best chance to colonize the future?
Today we will be talking about the habitability in the universe. As of today, we only know one planet that supports life, and that's Earth. So what made Earth so habitable? The size of the Earth allowed volcanic outgassing to occur and create an atmosphere which allows the Earth to support life. Also, the distance from the Sun allows the Earth to maintain stable temperatures to support life. The rotation rate of Earth also allows appropriate climate and weather patterns. Earth is mostly consisted of nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, and also water vapor in the air. Basically, the major factors such as size, distance from the sun, rotation rate allow the Earth to develop into a planet that is habitable. So let's talk about Mars. Mars is the most hipster planet of them all, I guess. Early Mars might have had a chance to hold life. As we see above, the non-thermal escape in its primitive years prevented Mars from developing a supportive atmosphere. So right now, this hipster planet is mostly consisted of carbon dioxide and small amounts of nitrogen, argon, oxygen, and carbon monoxide. Mars is a little farther from the sun than Earth is, with average temperatures ranging from negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The atmosphere does cause weather, but along with the thin atmosphere, the amount of carbon dioxide on Mars is way too high to support life. It's just that simple.
Now let's talk about Venus. Can Venus really sustain life? Really? You sure? Before I prove you wrong, let's first see the similarities between Venus and Earth. It's a bit smaller than Earth and also a bit light in mass. Even its surface gravity is at 8.87 meters per second squared, which is very similar to Earth's. But the similarities end there. Venus is way too hot, and not just on an attractive scale. The surface temp on Venus is 496 degrees Celsius. That's 863 Fahrenheit. A steak would be cooked in a few minutes, well burnt instead of well done. Also, the pressure on the planet is 92 times that of Earth's. It would pop like a balloon. You would. A bit messy though. An atmosphere is consistent of high carbon dioxide levels, which rises the temperatures and evaporates any water on the surface. No water equals no life. It's almost as simple as 2 plus 2 equals 5. No, I mean 4. The infrared radiation that is emitted from the planet is mostly reabsorbed back down to the surface of the planet. Venus, being named after the goddess love, is hot. So hot that life can't take the heat.
Comparing Mars, Venus to Earth reminds me of Goldilocks. Even she liked her porridge just right. Similarly, life liked Earth's combo of the atmosphere, distance from the sun, rotation rate, just right to inhabit life.
Now let's talk about this gas ball. Being the biggest planet in our solar system, over 1,000 Earths can fit into Jupiter. It's a giant gas planet with an average temperature of negative 234 degrees Fahrenheit. That's just a little bit too chilly. Gravity would make you weigh heavier on Jupiter than on Earth, and no lady wants to weigh more. The distance from the Sun is 5 AU. So compared to Earth's attributes, Jupiter's just not an ideal location for life to set up shop. Jupiter is made up predominantly of hydrogen, which accounts for 90% of the atmosphere, nearly 10% is composed of helium. The atmosphere of Jupiter makes up the entire planet, meaning that it has no surface. Despite having a stronger magnetic field than Earth, which is beneficial, it may be too strong to hold life, along with the weather patterns being too severe for life to survive. The magnetic field also poses large amounts of radiation that is lethal to humans. Radiation equals not good. Jupiter's moons have more potential to hold life than Jupiter itself. The two most compelling moons are Io and Europa. Europa is one of the most promising places in the solar system to look for life because it sheets of frozen water twice the amount as Earth below its surface. Io is also a fascinating moon because being the most volcanically active body in the solar system, which means an atmosphere. However, the composition of the atmosphere may not be able to hold life. More exploration and research are scheduled for Europa and Io, so for now, Earth is still the top vacation spot for life.
Alright, lastly but not the least, let's talk about the new kid on the block series, but not really new. He just got our attention recently. However, he's quite cold from the others, probably because the sun doesn't give it much attention, being 2.77 AU away. So how well does this new kid measure up to the popular kid in the solar system? It doesn't, not even close to being as awesome as Earth. Ceres has frozen ice sheets and water vapor which mail out life if the big bad kid pushed Ceres a little closer to the sun, but there's still a catch. Ceres has a rocky core that is still inactive, so there's no chances of volcanic outgassing anyways. Looks like Ceres does not stand a chance to inhabit life.
And that's all, folks. Enjoy your night, and I'm glad y'all watched the show.